Hello, I'm Francis X. Gallagher, publisher and CEO of Global Traveler, Trazy Travel, and Wherever Family. And I'm pleased today to have with us Carlos Antunes, Director for the Americas, and Fern Ottavio, Manager North America. How are you both doing?
We're doing great, Francis. It's a pleasure to be here talking to you, everyone connected to this video.
Great, great. Well, we're very fond of TAP. I've flown TAP myself many times, right, Fern?
Several, yes.
With my
You've been to
family.
several you've been to several, parts of Portugal.
Right, right. So it's going to be great to get an update for our viewers today. Let's start off with the great news. It's TAP's 80th anniversary, which is very exciting. How is that milestone so important?
It's an amazing milestone. We're very happy to celebrate the 80th anniversary of our company. We've celebrated with a birthday cake, like it should. During BTL, BTL is a trade show that happens in Portugal, in Lisbon, happened in March. So it was the 14th of March
Mm.
at this trade show, and it was emotional because it's not 10, 20, 30 years. It's 80, and we're a company that is preparing for another 80 years. Again, it's the Portuguese flag carrier, so it's very emotional. We think about our company like it's the one that connects us to the world, that connects the world to Portugal. So for us, it's very important.
And think of all the people that contributed to the brand over 80 years to make it what it is today. That's really impressive.
Can you think of that?
And we've been flying to the United States since 1968,
Wow.
so for 47 of those years, if I can do my math correctly.
I think it's 57.
That's good.
And
Did I do?
in
No,
three-
57.
it's
See, my math is
57,
wrong.
and
Sorry.
In 3 years' time, we're
Yeah.
going to celebrate
So-
60 years in North America.
Excellent.
So 80 this year. Next year, it will be 60 years nonstop flying to Brazil.
Oh,
And
wow.
3 years' time, nonstop flying to North America.
Excellent.
And there, my math will be correct.
And then
60.
it will be correct.
And flying has
That's why
changed
we're
so much.
together here.
Like,
So beyond the 80 years, what makes TAP unique amongst other airlines?
well, I think the fact that we put a great emphasis on our Portuguese culture. So when you board a TAP aircraft, you are greeted with Portuguese hospitality. In our business class, we out of Portugal, our menus are um, put together by Portuguese chefs. We've worked with Michelin chefs. We're currently working also with chefs that put emphasis on the local products in from the different areas of Portugal. So they will highlight a specific product, whether it could be fish, it could be bread, even a vegetable, whatever is in their area of the country. And that gives us the ability to really showcase part of what Portugal has to offer, which is great gastronomy, great wines. We serve only Portuguese wines on board. So it's a way that we have of showcasing the destination and the culture.
I was going to bring out the wine.
Yeah.
The wine, yes.
The
of course.
wines.
We fly to Portugal and from Portugal. So we fly from Lisbon and Porto. Portugal is at the west end of Europe. It's in a geographically privileged location in Europe. So you can through Lisbon or Porto reach the majority of the European capital cities without backtracking. So it's we consider Portugal the gateway to Europe for the that come from this end of the world, the Americas, from those that come from North Africa and Europe.
That's a good point about not backtracking, because that is what happens with virtually every other European airline.
It is.
You're going to be going back. You'll be flying over your destination and coming back. So you have 8 gateways in the US, 11 in North America. Talk about the growth of TAP. Amazing. Would you say that bleisure travel contributes to that?
Certainly, yeah. I mean, we see that it's a trend. in the industry. More and more people are combining business travel with leisure travel, either going a few days earlier or extending their trip a few days at the end, sometimes even having their family join. So we're seeing that with the new generation of travelers, more so even than our older travelers, and and also the Portugal Stopover, which is another important tool that we have when selling beyond Portugal. So that also encourages travelers to fly with us to connect in Lisbon to
Mhm.
their final destination, but on the way to enjoy, they can enjoy up to 10 days, which could be a real vacation.
Mhm.
Uh, so they can stay 1 day, they can stay 10 days on their way to their final destination.
And you have great golf as well.
Yes.
And bleisure has been helping us grow a lot in North America because Portugal is not a strong corporate destination.
Mhm.
So when we join corporate beyond Portugal, in the more than 50 cities we operate to in Europe and North Africa, and the possibility of the customer enjoying the Portugal stopover, so it becomes a real bleisure trip,
Mhm.
and it helps us grow in frequencies and number of routes and destinations, which if we were only flying to Portugal or only carrying passengers with final destination Portugal, we wouldn't be able to have a double daily in Washington, 4 times a week in Los Angeles,
Mhm.
3 times a day in Newark, sometimes four because we also fly to Porto. So we've been expanding a lot. This year alone, we've launched 3 new routes: the Los Angeles Lisbon nonstop 4 times a week, which became now, it was supposed to be a seasonal flight only in summer. It's now become a year-round flight. So it's good. We're very happy about the performance, the results, the receptiveness we've had from both ends of the route. We've also launched in May Boston Porto. That will that will continue to be a seasonal flight
Mhm.
because it's meant to respond to the needs of the Bostonian VFR ethnic and those there in the region that want to get to know a little bit better Portugal and then proceed to the rest of Europe. And we've also launched a San Francisco Terceira once a week during summer. So it's been a bold move this year to launch 3 new routes. And we're looking forward for 2026 and see what we can do to sometimes not even expanding number of routes, but putting more frequencies. More frequencies means more flexibility for customers, more possibilities of choosing the days they want to travel with us.
I know your team has been busy with all of the new launches, so that's very exciting. Now, cruising has exploded. I mean, I can't tell you how much has grown since I've been in this industry, particularly the last 10 years, right? And maybe even the last 6 years and most recently. Tell us about your cruise terminal in Lisbon, and also, we don't wanna forget about river cruising because that's very, very big with our readers.
Yeah, the cruise terminal in Lisbon is a state-of-the-art terminal. Um, all of the major cruise lines include Lisbon in their Europe programs and their itineraries. And many of them have Lisbon as a point of embarkation and disembarkation. So that new cruise terminal has really been key for the cruise business. And then, of course, when they step off the ship, they're right in downtown.
Right,
It's literally a less than 10-minute walk. In 5 minutes, you're in that main square. And just from there, another 5 minutes, you're in the heart of the downtown shopping district, restaurants. So it's very convenient. And then, of course, we have the Douro River. Um, and those cruises have become very popular out of Porto. Uh, so
and
the
that's,
Douro
AMA,
On our waterways.
Yes, Alma has, Alma and Viking and Uniworld. So we have all the major river cruises operating in the Douro River.
right.
So that has been very important for us also for the north of Portugal, for Porto. So we fly nonstop Newark to Porto. And as Carlos said, this year we introduced Boston Porto. So that has become a very popular destination. And then not just the cruises themselves, but all the area around. So the city of Porto has become a very popular destination as well.
Right. And then Regent, of course, is out of the terminal, NCL, uh,
Yes.
and others, right?
Out of the Lisbon terminal.
So,
Absolutely.
great.
And I've never done the river cruise. I'm so
Good.
looking forward for that in Douro.
Yeah.
And I'm Portuguese.
Yeah.
But I've been living abroad for many years now. Every time I see the ads and the videos of these beautiful cruises in the Douro River, I say I need to schedule some vacation.
And Carla,
Will be.
you would like it because it's very active. You get off and you walk, you can bike, you can do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
It's
I
very
know that
active.
part of the program, they get off, they go to a winery, they have lunch, they do wine tasting. So it's really a very complete experience in the local culture and everything that there is to offer in gastronomy, the wines of that region, which are wonderful. So
And Fred just mentioned my favorite keyword, biking. I'm now buying a fictionate, so they say that. Okay, okay, I'm in. I'm in.
and then you do the Portugal stopover and you stop in Porto for a few days, you know?
Yeah, that's the next question is about the
Free.
stopover. And tell us about the perks though with the stopover program.
So the stopover program can it could also be Portugal as your final destination because, for example, you can combine the islands with mainland Portugal. So you can have your final destination as Madeira or the Azores, and you can do a stop in the mainland. So that's another option. It doesn't have to be beyond Portugal itself. So the perks are for direct customers, they can have discounts in hotels. For those that book through a travel agent, they can, of course, use their travel agent rates, whatever the offer may be from their agent. But there's also the option of booking directly the hotels, and there is a discount. And then there's discounts at several locations, restaurants. Some will offer a free bottle of wine, some will offer a percentage, a 10 or 15% discount on the meal. Um, there's different experiences in Lisbon, like tuk-tuk ride or museums. So there's the boat tours on the river in Lisbon are discounted. So we have over 150 partners with offers of more than 500 experiences.
And rental cars too, I guess, right?
Not the rental cars.
Yeah. Okay, because you don't want people like me driving over there.
Yeah.
We want you to fly around. That's why we also offer a 25% discount on the domestic flights during the period,
Right.
so that you're able to enjoy flying to Faro or to the North Porto or to the islands. Because 10 days, it's a lot of time. You might
Sure.
want to go around.
Yeah, so say someone was going to Barcelona as their final destination and they wanted to stop in Porto, but that's included in the Portugal stopover without additional airfare. But say they also wanted to go to the islands, so a second stopover, they can purchase another ticket and, like Carlos said, have a 25% discount
That's great.
on that ticket.
And friend, the program it's rather new because we've relaunched it in 2023. It was initially launched as Portugal Stopover in 2017. It was a success, and then it stopped because of the pandemic. Everything
Right.
stopped. So we've revamped it. We've contacted more suppliers, brought in more benefits for our customer. I've relaunched it in 2023, increasing the number of nights and increasing the stopover time, which was up to 5 days. It's now up to 10 days in Portugal.
That's great. What about now? We've talked a lot about Portugal and the various experiences, but I've been to Madeira and Lisbon and then Porto. We have to get me there.
And you've been to the Algarve?
I've been to Algarve, played golf in the Algarve. So, you want to give a quick little overview of what you can experience in Portugal? It's there's so many things.
So many things.
Well,
It's so many things.
it's a small country,
Yeah.
but it's very diverse.
Right.
So within just a few hours drive, and by that I mean an hour and a half to 2 hours, you're in completely different landscapes. So From Lisbon to Alentejo, for example, it's the closest is about an hour and a half drive to 2 hours. In 2 hours, you're in the heart of Alentejo. And Alentejo is the place, it's a lot flatter.
Mhm.
And it's much more relaxed. It's very calm, very laid back. Their food is wonderful, but very typical of their area. The wines of Alentejo are very mild, very great wines that are preferred by many people.
The silence
Yeah,
that you at night you
the
can
sky,
guys, it's
yeah,
amazing.
the dark skies of
You're in contact with
Alentejo.
the nature.
I guess it's good for stargazing as well, huh?
It is. It
Yeah.
is. The
Love that.
dark skies of Alentejo, they're gorgeous. And then or you can go south, which is a 2.5 to 3 hour drive to the Algarve, depending on how fast you are. Uh, and then in the Algarve, you have the beautiful beaches,
Right.
right? That combination of the cliffs
Mhm.
and the beaches and beach clubs or the nightclubs. Of course, the food also, but just a very resort. You can have a very resort experience in the Algarve. And also in the Algarve, you can have a very typical Portuguese experience. You can combine both the convenience and the luxury of a resort, but you can still have that Portuguese gastronomy, the Portuguese hospitality, the Portuguese culture. You can still experience that also in that resort area. And then when you go north of Lisbon, then everything is much more green, all the way up to Porto and north in Minho. There's historical, the
Mm.
monuments, the churches, a lot of history in the north of Portugal.
The wines again.
The wines again, yes.
I forgot
You
the
have,
one.
you have the wines of the Douro, the wines of the Down region that are also very famous. And all along, you have coastal towns, coastal beach towns, both from north to south. It's just a different landscape. But the beauty is there no matter where, whether you're in the north in the beaches of the north or in the south in the Algarve. It's a beautiful coastline with a combination of beach and history and gastronomy and wine.
And it's a great experience just driving around and getting to know new cities one after the other, small cities, villages, and not forgetting the vibrant city that is the capital, Lisbon,
Mhm.
amongst the most vibrant cities in Europe.
Excellent. Well, it sounds wonderful, and I know it's wonderful because I've been there. And I know TAP is a great airline. You're award-winning airline, many awards for Stopover.
Thank you.
Trazi won many awards, and for Wherever Family. So that is terrific accolade to both of you and your team and all your efforts. So I appreciate you coming today, and look forward to seeing you on board soon.